Before we go into some of these little topics here that I got that's going on in the world, let's look at this first. It's not even related, but it's just something fun to start off with.
Y'all look at this shit. People just bring their damn dogs into the store. They don't look like no damn service animal. You just look at it, just barking and shit. Don't be, next time, take that damn dog outside and leave it in the damn car, leave it at home. That ain't no damn service animal. Why you got that damn dog? People just bring their damn dogs into the store. They don't look like no damn service animal. You just look at it, just barking and
Look at
shit.
the dog was like,
Don't
who
be,
you
next
talking
time, take that
to?
damn dog outside and leave it in the damn car, leave it at home. That ain't no damn service animal. Why you got that damn dog?
This must be somebody who pranks people, because how you just gonna walk up to somebody and do that?
Oh, come on, let's go into the clip.
Oh my God!
I just had to play something that just get you laughing.
That was horrible. And he knew he was being talked about.
He said they ain't no damn service dog. Oh my God. And he said
The dog was like looking at him like, who you talking about?
Because service dogs don't supposed to be barking at people. He said barking.
Wow.
Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Man, let me tell you something. So, this has happened a couple times with Charlamagne. We'll go on to The View. But this time, he's completely speaking from a neutral standpoint, and they don't like his neutrality. They don't like him being neutral. And Whipping and got angry. How you get angry just because a person doesn't automatically go to the side that you want to? Later, you washed up, and so is your candidate. And we're going to keep going progressive from there.
President Biden again criticized from both sides of the aisle for pardoning his son Hunter.
Is it in my earphones?
Repeatedly saying he would never do it, and a lot of people are saying that it's hypocritical, etc., as if the other side doesn't do it. But what's your reaction to it?
I mean, I think all of the criticism is valid because Democrats stand on this moral high ground all the time, and they act so self-righteous. The reality is, he didn't have to say anything in regards to whether or not his son wanted to be pardoned. He could have said, "Hey man, I'm not focused on that right now." But since they were calling Trump a threat to democracy, and they were saying that nobody's above the law, but they were speaking about him, that's what they were running on. So when he kept saying things like, "Oh, nobody's above the law. I respect the jury's decision in regards to my son," he didn't believe that. But he didn't have to volunteer that lie to begin with.
I'm going to stop you for a second.
Uh-oh.
Only because you don't know that it was a lie. We don't know why he changed.
She is so swung on the left.
Wait.
I'm going to tell you what I think.
Okay.
I think he changed his mind because he got sick of watching everybody else get over. And this is just my feeling.
Get over.
At some point, you get to the place where you just go, so I'm just going to follow the straight and narrow always, because that's what's expected of Democrats.
But that's their fault. They're the ones that go out there and they stand on this moral high ground. They don't have to do that.
I'm a Democrat. Tell me what the moral high ground is.
The moral high ground is nobody's above the law. I respect what the jurors are saying. He don't have to do
We're
it.
mad at him because he changed his...
I'm not mad at him pardoning
But you
Hunter
sound
Biden.
like it.
No.
If I could get in on this, I actually think it went further, and this is one thing we really disagree on. Joe Biden made a point of saying we stand by our institutions
Yes, I
and the
understand all that.
impartiality of the
Yes.
Department of Justice.
Yes.
Democrats ran on that. The same DOJ indicted Hunter Biden. How we shouldn't be saying it's corrupt like Donald Trump does. But then in his statement pardoning Hunter Biden, he says that it was a political pursuit by his own Department of Justice.
Can you explain to me why it is that when Joe Biden does something, everybody clutches their pearls? He's wrong.
That's how they do Trump.
No. Yeah, people have criticized him more. I've criticized him more. We've all criticized him more, but you're missing my question. Okay. My question is, what is it that makes people flip out with Joe, but we don't have the same kind of thing?
Well, I don't think people are flipping out with Joe. I think Democrats are flipping out with Joe because Democrats believe that they don't represent what he's currently representing. But that's just not true. That's why I say they stand on this moral high ground that simply does not exist. And I think this is also the problem when we pick sides, right? We've turned political parties into teams. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Ain't nobody more delusional than me, right? Okay? I feel like we're going to the Super Bowl every year, but I'm not delusional. Well, no, that is delusional. But when it comes to political parties, if you pick a side, right, if you say you're a Democrat, if you say you're a Republican, you refuse to be objective about anything.
I'm an independent. Yes, but that's not a monolith. We're not, Democrats are not a monolith.
Why can't you say what Democrats are wrong? And why can't Republicans say what Republicans are wrong?
No, I don't. I can't just point this out to you.
See, and let's keep going. But no, he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
He's absolutely right. They want it to be one way they want it to be one way, not the other. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And with that, this is their leader. This is the one who Whoopi was trying to defend. This man was at the summit today. This is him at the African summit.
Allow me to reiterate Tanzania's
Who want this? Nobody want that anymore. Look at him.
We note the progress made.
The man is asleep in an important summit.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
He gone too.
Horrible.
He in RAM sleep. Look at him.
Oh my gosh.
He an old man. That's an old man right there.
Look, ridiculous.
He done just came back too.
Nothing.
All right, so the audio not too great there, but you can see President Biden is meeting with those officials over in Angola, again, talking about economic investments and
look at him. Don't get that nappy in.
So have those live images, and if he
ridiculous.
does hold another news conference here, as he's done just a few times, we'll make sure to bring that to you right here on Live Now from Fox.
You need to adjust that camera or something because you still off your arm out.
Oh, because I'm
Maybe you should slide over then, I guess, a little bit.
So,
wow, that's so embarrassing.
And on the other note, did
embarrassing.
you see this with his running mate? I saw this today. I don't know how true this is, but they said apparently Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff are reportedly separating amidst allegations of infidelity involving a campaign staff member.
Oh wait a minute, is this for real?
So Daddy Joe sleep, Grandpa Joe sleep. 47 days left before he get out of there, and they glorified Democratic leader. They're saying it's been coming up like in multiple reports that they're going to divorce because he was cheating with one of the campaign staffs.
Wow. Wait a minute. He was cheating?
I don't know.
Or she was cheating?
One of them was doing something because this is Kamala.
But look, somebody said in the comment, who cares? My concern is since Harris is missing in action as VP and not performing her duties, why is she still on the taxpayers' payroll? Terminate her paycheck.
Right.
So is it her?
That might be her.
I was wondering how things were when she was going through, just all of the stress of running and all the stuff that was, out in the media about her.
They saying him because look, doesn't surprise me. They say he a pig. Always has been. So it should be a nice settlement for her, considering his share in the U.S. lithium soon to be mined in a disaster area. Shameful maggot, both of them. Ain't that crazy?
Wow.
Ain't that crazy? But on a great note, this is what a leader looked like. The one commanding vengeance, calling out leaders, putting power in his name, and preparing for whatever we got coming.
And setting his dream team up.
And setting his team up.
It's now 100% proven that the Biden crime family received more than $20 million from foreign countries while Crooked Joe was vice president, and probably a lot more than that. That's just the money they found. Not one of Joe Biden's defenders has even attempted to explain what Joe and his family did, including his children and his grandchildren. What were they doing getting all of this money? I believe we have a compromised president. He was bribed, and now he's being blackmailed. He's a Manchurian candidate. That's why Crooked Joe is letting other countries walk all over the United States. He's afraid to bring it up. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's petrified of China because they know exactly how much money has been given to him, and they know exactly where it is. China has paid him a fortune. Just think of what China has gotten for all that money. Biden shut down my administration's initiative targeting Chinese spies in the United States. He shut it down cold. He let China off the hook for COVID. He shut down the investigation into the origins of the China virus. He did nothing as China began setting up bases in Cuba, taking over South America, and threatening Taiwan. They even took over the Panama Canal. We spent a fortune building it. Jimmy Carter's administration sold it for $1. We lost 36,000 people building the Panama Canal. The mosquitoes got them, malaria. The mosquitoes got them. And now China controls it. Russia and China are even doing military exercises near the Aleutian Islands, right off the coast of Alaska. And Biden sits back on his hands. He does nothing. This never would have happened if I was president. If they even thought about it, I would have shut it down instantly. There's no way they would have done any of this kind of thing, including Russia invading Ukraine would have never happened, and China wouldn't even be thinking about Taiwan right now. Crooked Joe's corruption is a glaring threat to national security.
It is.
Between the millions and millions of dollars he's gotten from China and the millions of dollars from Ukraine, Joe Biden's greed and criminality is going to get us into World War III. We're going to be in World War III with this guy.
I hope not.
Grossly incompetent man.
Please.
Now the corrupt Biden DOJ is continuing the cover-up with the appointment of a special counsel to block further investigation. It's the very same U.S. attorney who cut Hunter Biden the scandalous plea deal that was such a scam it didn't survive the barest scrutiny in court. It was done under what's called blue slip. It wasn't picked in that position by President Trump. It was picked by the Democrat senators in the state. It's called a blue slip. You'll check it out. But they picked him. I didn't pick him. This is corruption like our country has never seen before. That is why as soon as I am reelected, I will appoint a real special counsel, or maybe you'll call it a special prosecutor, whatever you want to call it, you can, to look at all of these bribes, kickbacks, and other crimes, as well as the shameless attempt at a cover-up. Justice will be done. The Biden crime family will be looked at. We have to get there first. We have to win the election. They're trying to step in my way at every path because the one person they don't want to run is Donald Trump. But when we get there, the Biden crime family will pay a price like other people are being forced to pay. And that price will be very, very substantial. It'll be fair. But you know what? If they're guilty, they're going to be guilty. What they are doing to justice in this country has never even been thought of before. Thank you very much.
And thank God for things being blocked, because I just noticed earlier, and I almost forgot to post this slide. Hold on. It said, as of today, listen, Speaker Johnson rejects Biden request for additional Ukraine funds, saying he will wait for direction from the new commander-in-chief.
About doggone time.
Last week, Biden administration requested to attach the upcoming CR additional aid to Ukraine, $24 billion. Do you planning to do that? What is your prediction?
I'm not planning to do that. There are developments by the hour in Ukraine. I think, as we predicted, and as I said to all of you, weeks before the election, if Donald Trump is elected, it will change the dynamic of the Russia war on Ukraine. And we're seeing that happen. So it is not the place of Joe Biden to make that decision now. We have a newly elected president, and we're going to wait and take the new commander-in-chief's direction on all of that. So I don't expect any Ukraine funding to come up now.
Ooh.
Let's go. About time.
About darn time. So not only, now he's saying, you can go and say you're going to send all that money you want, but we have to approve it. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
you can't just block and send it. We have to, he's saying we're going to have to prove you trying to send that money over to Ukraine, because Joe Biden said he wanted to send everything they had in reserve. They wanted to empty the bank account that they set aside to go to these foreign nations and go to
gosh.
Ukraine.
How much money is he getting off the kickback off the side
That's
of
what I'm
that?
saying. His retirement. That's his money to put his new boathouse in the Caribbeans or wherever this man want to go. Y'all see how the adjustments in administration. Y'all see how everything has crumbled on that side. Y'all see from the top to the bottom. You went to the top. Charlemagne, Whoopi. I realized with Whoopi on the side note, and this is from the top of that slide, that she has such a vendetta with him, she can't see anything. No matter how great of a president he'll be, she has her own personal vendetta because she has her own personal situation with him. Then you start going down. You start looking at Joe Biden. He's checked out. This is the same man talking about we're gonna empty the bank account to Ukraine, but you sleep at an African nations meeting. Yeah. Then you go down to Kamala, who looks like her. I don't know how true this is, but I've seen it in multiple places. But if that's true, you went from the position that you were going to a failed marriage. Imagine all this stuff would have came out and she would have been elected, and all this stuff would happen after the fact.
Well, she would have been elected, and that would have happened after the fact. Life would have moved on. But nevertheless, the one who's the most qualified is the one that people put in office.
Thank God.
Period. Yeah. But I mean, I can't even understand. I know he's still the current president, but he is just so absent.
Doesn't it seem like we don't have a president right now? Doesn't it seem like the seat is empty?
I can't even believe, he's still there.
It don't even seem like we have a president right now. It seems like the president talk. Everybody's waiting for Trump to get in office. They didn't forget who is currently there. Because Kamala's the VP, but she ain't doing nothing. She probably at the house. She probably chilling at the house this entire time. Who's hearing about Kamala? Who's hearing about Joe Biden? You don't even know that Kamala the VP anymore. After she ran her race and her failed campaign, you forget that the woman is still the VP.
Yeah, because she's absent. Even when she was the VP, nobody even remembered that she was the VP because what was she doing?
You better thank a union member. So I just want to end that out, man. I'm just saying, look at all the transition. Look at the things that happen. Look where that party has gone. They're in the dump. So 2025 is going to be such an amazing time to be alive. It's going to be real interesting to and experience these next 4 years. So
let's get to
tell them what to do.
Let's get him in the White House safely.
In the White House.
My most concern. Let's get him in.
Let's get him in. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.